Hello. This is a silly but fun little project. I had a bunch of these clear boxes and I was playing around with it. And I thought, what can we do with this? Because it's so stinking cute and it just snaps into place. Then you've got this great little gift box or treasure box or however you want to use it for whatever you want to use it for. And I want to show you what I did and what is in the kit and why I chose those things. Because I love collage. I love book pages. And I love painty papers. Okay? So, we have a combination of all of those. Here was the first step I did. This is the beginning of the box. There's some of my scraps right there. So you've got the painty papers plus the clear box. Makes it look like it's so varnished. This is also be a good size to hold ATCs if you were collecting them. So let's continue on with this. There's a couple of ways. On this one, what I did is I put in this paper. I put glue on that, glued it down, put glue on these two pieces, and glued it down. That's all I did. So we're going to take that a little bit different, but I'm going to show you that too. But first of all, we're going to take a piece of plain old book page. And let's see. Let's move these out of the way so I can get to the measurement area. Just under 3 and just under 4. So, because I have it here, I'm going to use my paper cutter. And it doesn't matter, you don't have to trim off this extra because it's really not going to be seen. So I'm going to go just under 3 and then just under 4. And yep, that's how I measure lots of things because it's easier than trying to figure out exactly what I want. So I have this and I'm going to get a glue stick. Wow, we got a brand new one this time. Before we do that, let's pick out some papers. Let's go ahead and use these because they're already cut. And then I have a bunch of my scraps here. And let's grab scissors. I'm in the process of a bunch kit pick videos, so I got supplies everywhere. So let's pick out what part of this we want, or all of it if we want all of it. We always save our scraps because we never know. Which, by the way, since this one's sitting here empty, let's lock that into place. Come on, snap in. Okay, let's go flat. Now we'll go back. There we go. So we could use this as our little receptacle for all of our fun little scraps. And it goes back to the rule that girls should have pretty tools. So if it's holding all the scraps on your table, it's a tool and it will be pretty. So let's take these and see where it goes. We've got this piece of paper here. So we're going to put some glue on this and just glue it down here. And let's go ahead and put this one on. Let's put it this way. And if you want to overlap, if you want to butt them up to each other, that's fine. And you know what? Because it's cool, if you want to leave some of the words showing, say you wanted to do that and leave some of the words showing, you could. So, I mean, there is no right or wrong. It's whatever pleases you. And I'm cutting them into squares and solid shapes, but you can do whatever you want. I think I like that there. So I'm going to put the glue on here, mostly because That way I can just put this where I want it, where there's glue. Wipe off the extra glue, not that it matters because it's going to be needed to put it back together. Trim this down. And I'm going to take this little piece that I trimmed off because I have a spot for it. I'm going to use that glue since it's there. I'm going to put that right there. Now I'm going to use this one. And you could go, use magazine pages. You could go smaller, however it is you wanted to do it. Okay, I'm going to trim that off. And I'll go ahead and put it there. And I'm going to put it right. I might as well use the whole thing, even though they're overlapping. It'll still be cool. My fingers are all gluey. So there we go. We have another panel. Now, if this is not quite what you want, and you want to change it up a bit before you glue it on, get your paint marker, a gel pen, a pencil, a marker, whatever it is you want to use. And I'm just going to kind of draw some things, extra things in here to make it kind of look like it's all intended to be this way. This was our whole design, not just what we happened to glue down and make work. Not that that's a bad thing. Okay, we can put lots more doodles on it, but we're going to call that good. Okay, so now we're going to take our box and we're going to make sure that fits, because, somebody else's just under and my just under might be different. But look at how this corner comes around, and those just looks like they went together. So all I'm going to do is take a glue stick. You might want to make sure all of this is dry. It feels to be. If not, I guess we'll have some smears. And I'm going to be generous with the glue because I am gluing paper onto plastic. And I'm going to put that down in there. And I'm going to lay it down. And I want to burnish that with something so that I can get really in there. Lots of things you could use. This might be your best bet is your scissors, your handle, and of course if you have a bone folder, you get right in there in the corners. Popsicle stick, a pencil, all kinds of goodies. Here's a popsicle stick. Just want to make sure it's down good. Of course it's purple, so it's going to stay looking purple until it all dries. And then we'll just do another side real quick. This time we're just going to glue the pieces in so you can see how that's done. So I'm going to take this one here, put some glue on it. And of course, if Mod Podge is your thing and that's what you would prefer to use, by all means use it. I don't do Mod Podge. I would do matte medium, but I don't do Mod Podge. I think my little glue sticks are just peachy keen. So, but you use what you have and what you like, because that's the way to do art and be happy. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut a few more little pieces out of some of these scraps. And I am not cutting perfect by no means. And I'm okay with that. So This one I'm going to piece in because, of course, I want to make sure it fits. I don't want to get something that's the wrong size and have another little tiny, see, like this one. If I go to put that one in, I'm going to have a tiny little slice right here that I have to fill. So I'm going to try to, you know, do that. So let's go ahead and cover this with glue. I'm not going to draw and doodle on these anymore because you get the idea. You can frou-frou this up just as much as you want. So I'm going to push that one in so it's in all four corners. And burnish it. You can also close this like this and burnish that, which would probably be just as easy. And then snap it back. We need some, I wish I had some more of the black and white. But you know what? I think I'm going to use a little piece of text. And I'm kind of looking at my picture that I have going on here so that I can see how big or whatever it needs to be. And I actually think I'm going to take it around the corner so that it still looks like it's all kind of one piece, sort of. I just got to make sure. It's in a language I can't read, so I have to make sure it's the right side up. I'm going to take it out a little flat since I'm going around the corner. Loving this. So I'm going to put this one on because I just love all those colors. I love all the neon colors. And now I need something over here. Let's see. I know what color I'm looking for. This isn't it, but this is as close as I've got here. I was wanting a lime green, but this will do. So I'm going to put some glue on there, and I know it's a little bigger than my spot, so I'm good with that. Put it in there. Bring it up to the top. And if you see, I did not, this one didn't go all the way up there. So I can easily add something to the back side of that. Or take a marker, which we're going to do that real quick because, well, because I can. And because it's here. So I am going to take, oh, and I got Sharpie over there. I'm going to take this Sharpie and I'm going to color that little section in like it was supposed to be that way. When it's closed, it should look pretty good. And if not, we can easily redo that. And I don't think it's going to stay. Not like I want it to. So we learned something new today. Although I kind of like it. I'm going to leave it. Maybe if I don't touch it. Yeah, glue stick lid doesn't go on the marker. If I don't touch it, maybe it will be okay. So let's get a little bit of a wild color going on here. I know, right? Me, a wild color. I'm going to use this one even though it's got that curve in it because I can cover that up or cut it off later or lots of things. And I just did it wrong. How many of you are watching me and thinking, you're putting it on the wrong side? So we're just going to let that one dry. We're going to pick a different piece of paper. Okay. So let's see. Do we want it to go and be divided by that? Or come over here. I say over here. But let's see if we can't straighten these edges out. That's what I get for cutting without a paper cutter. I almost did it again. So we're going to glue that down really good. And I'm going to put it over here in this corner because I like the contrast of that paper sticking out on it. And since I figured out that this is really cool to do it this way, we're just going to burnish it down this way. Now, I'm hoping you all have as much fun with this as I have been, because it's really hard to force yourself to put glue on the right side of something. Because I was only going to show you the couple ways to do it, gluing it onto a paper or gluing it straight in there, and call it good. And look, I am going to finish this before I finish the video. So I think we need some light color here. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to do something really weird. Let's just see if it works, because we can all do whatever makes us happy, right? So I love this little place right here with this hand. And I'm going to take that and I keep coming back to this one. And that's the same color. So let's put, oh, decisions. Okay, we're going to use this one. And I'm going to find a spot for this little piece of paper right here with the punch out of it. And we're going to get the glue stick. I'm going to be a little more gentle this time. Just like I tell my dog when I'm giving him a biscuit, gentle. So let's find where that hand is going to show up the best. And it may not even be this one. It may have to be a little bit of purple. Right there. I'm happy with that. Doesn't show up perfect, but it's not bad. Okay. Being gentle, because I don't want to tear the fingers. And I don't know what size of piece I need and where it's going to go exactly. I may have to maneuver this around. There we go. It's really not going like I want it, so we're going to try something a little bit different, because I didn't glue it on there straight. So, can I make it a square from being glued crooked? Good enough. So now I'm going to put some glue all over this. And it's going to go right here. Close it again. Burnish that down real well. And when you're done, when it's all done and all the glue has dried, you may have to come in and, do some stuff with the edges. Maybe your papers aren't glued down perfectly on the edges. you know, all the little tweaking we need to do. And let's see, cut this one about right there. And I know that's quite a bit bigger than I need, so let's cut this part off. It's still a great little usable piece I cut off. Oh, I did it again. I ain't letting this one dry. I want that one in there. So the moral of the story and the reason for the instruction is, remember, if you're just going to glue them in there, you got to put it on the right side. That's so not normal for most of us. So we open this up, and now we have a cute little container that can set. We can do the lid. We can not do the lid. I wouldn't do the bottom, and the reason for not doing the bottom is because if I want to fold it up. If you don't want the bottom clear, just cut a piece that sets in there maybe, because I kind of like the idea of it being able to be folded flat, especially if you're going to use it as a trash container, because you can just open your flap and lay it flat and pack it down in your container tools that you're taking, or supplies, with you, and then it's a portable little trash container. So enjoy. I hope you guys make some fun little boxes, because honestly, this is way cuter than I anticipated. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.